could contain lead. That feels great to get that little mini project done. I haven't used this tablecloth in forever. Let's organize and reset together. Today I am focusing on organizing certain areas of my home that I have neglected for a little while now. I just want to get everything set up and ready for the summer season, which is coming very soon. We're in my bathroom now, and one organizing project I've wanted to do since we finished this bathroom and I just haven't had time for is my husband had this extra bin of stuff in our closet where we keep extra things, but this can all be incorporated into his drawers that he has now. We decided that the electric toothbrush can go. It's really nasty and he needs a new one. I don't think it's even working, so that can go. And look, here we have like an empty container. This was probably shavers, but this is just my husband's personality. He struggles with this sort of stuff, and that's probably why he married me, because we can work together on our strengths. These expired in 2015, so I'm gonna let these go. I'm going through this bin and noticing that almost everything in here was either expired or something that he hasn't used in a really long time. Also, some of the items were travel type items that could easily fit into his other drawer that was almost empty. And I don't know why I put this project off for so long. Here's the stuff we're gonna get rid of. Here's the first drawer, which is pretty organized. I gave him these little things and he's been doing awesome with them. I need to put Q-tips in here. And then this is the second drawer, and this is more his stuff he doesn't use as often, plus the travel stuff, even though we barely ever leave our house. And then in this drawer is where we're storing toilet paper, and I usually have an extra hand towel in here. This drawer is currently empty, but I do usually put toilet paper in here, and we might eventually store other stuff in here, but for now, we don't need to. Now I can add Q-tips to our list of things we need to replace. Now I'm just heading into our kitchen and I'm looking into the cupboards to see if anything needs to be moved around or reorganized in some way or decluttered. One of you commented and told me that these old vintage Pyrex bowls could contain lead. After hearing that, I did a little bit of research online and I heard two different stories. One was that they can contain lead, and one was that it's no big deal, it's fine. I don't want to take the chance, and honestly, I haven't been using these recently, so I am going to declutter these. Luckily, we have a friend that sells vintage items, so I was able to give those to her for her store. It's kind of hard to see in this hall area, but this is our largest hall closet that we have in here, and I just dumped all the toothbrush stuff into here. And I have the lid in this container down here, which is where I store any extra organizing things. I don't have much, but I like to keep this stuff because it always comes in handy. These are all of our backup toothpaste and stuff like that. I buy these in bulk, so it's just cheaper. And then we have all of the toothbrushes that, you know, we get from the dentist. And we do go through all this stuff, so I just keep all of this up here, and this is our storage area, but I want to organize it better so it just fits in there better and it's easier to get to and all that. The plan eventually will be to turn this whole closet area into two different sections. So we will have a stand-up section with a door where we could put all of our cleaning supplies, the vacuum, and all of that could be in here. And then this side, we would lose this open area, which is really useless. We don't use it for anything but putting a few pictures there. And then this would all be an area where we could store towels or blankets, even though we have another area for that, but also this sort of backup stuff and anything that we would maybe use on this side of the house. For now, it's working fine. The lower part we're using for the kids' Play-Doh and a few crafty type items. But honestly, a lot of this is open and kind of empty because it's such a deep shelf. Grandma just got here and we decided we're gonna make this vegan smoky barbecue mushroom sloppy joes from HelloFresh, which is today's sponsor.
Yay, I'm excited. It looks great.
I love getting HelloFresh because it makes cooking so easy, and it also gives us different things that I wouldn't normally think of making, and they've always been so delicious. This summer, HelloFresh is here to take the work out of eating well. Reach your goals with delicious, calorie-smart and protein-smart lunch and dinner options, plus new vegan recipes too. Spend less time meal planning and prepping with HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients that make it easy to get cooking quick. Making HelloFresh meals is not only fun, but it saves me a lot of time because I'm not searching around for all the ingredients. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code ShannonTorrens16 at checkout for 16 free meals plus free shipping. I find that HelloFresh is more convenient than grocery shopping, but did you know it's cheaper too? It's also 25% less expensive than takeout. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code ShannonTorrens16 at checkout for 16 free meals plus free shipping. This meal was so delicious, and there was enough left over for my husband to have a meal later and my son when he got home from school.
Oh, it's good.
It is. It's really good.
Delicious.
It's always great to dump everything out once in a while and sort through it just to see the things that could be expired, that we're not using, and it gives me a really great idea of what we have. I just want to get this organized a little bit better. Most of it's going to go back in here. This only took a few moments, but it was definitely worth my time to organize this and know what is in this bin. Oh, more tooth stuff and more tooth stuff. So there we go. That is great. All the tooth stuff's now in this one bin. And in here, I want to put all the sunblock because everyone's always saying, where's the sunblock? And if it's in this big bin, no one ever finds it. The great thing about organizing stuff every few months is I can see exactly what we have and what we need, and we definitely do not need any more tooth stuff. I think I'm gonna actually get rid of this because I don't think it worked last year. If I remember right, we put this on the kids and they got burned. So I'm gonna get rid of that. There we have it. This is gonna go way more organized. All this is going. I try not to have too many backup items. I try to keep just one set of shampoo, conditioner, the things we regularly use and I know that we will go through, but not too much. Okay, so I just simplified everything. This is the winter snow clothes up here on the left. That is the bags in case we go somewhere on a little weekend trip. This is the bags that we would take to the beach or something like that. Here I just have travel stuff in this little drawer. So I have like all the little bottles of things and my travel bag. Then here I just have our Band-Aids and medical stuff. Here we have all of our backup stuff. This is everything that we keep just so if we run out of, shampoo, lotion, we have a backup set of one. And then over here is where I've simplified things. This has all the teeth, backup stuff, toothpaste and all that. Here is all the sunblock. We live in Southern California, so this is constant. Here we have like fingernail stuff. And then at the very back, I have more winter type hot water bottles and stuff like that. So as you can see, there's still a lot of space and we don't like to store too much. Down here is where we have some of the kids' crafts, the Play-Doh box, which that could be going soon, I'm not sure. And then over here we have the learning books for the summer. And that's our only bin of decor besides Christmas. That's the other little bits we have. And then down there are a few extra organizational stuff. I've been wanting to go through that for a long time now, so it feels great to just get that organized. Leave me a comment and let me know what you are working on in your home. Are you currently organizing or decluttering? I hope that you are able to do it along with me. Also, if you are new here, I would love for you to join my channel by hitting the subscribe button and becoming part of our community. My mom had made my boys quite a few homemade pillowcases as gifts. So we have a lot. The fact that this is full. And here are two pillowcases that I put on the two decorative pillows we have. I am actually going to get rid of these, and I already know that because I set them in there thinking I might repair them. The buttons all came off from just too much wear and tear, and I can see that they're getting pretty worn out. This is something I'm gonna let go of, and I'm gonna have to get sturdier pillowcases because those just did not stand up. Here's another one that can go. Also, we don't need 4 of these pillowcases. I don't even have this set of sheets anymore. I do like to keep some extra pillowcases because we switch them out quite often. At least I know I do, because I like to have a fresh, clean pillowcase all the time. I'm gonna let 2 of these go, and then as time goes on, I might end up letting these go if we don't use them often. We keep them for now, and of course someday we could get rid of them if we have to, but they don't take up that much room and my boys really love them. So just glancing in there really quick, I found 5 things to declutter. While my boys were still at school, I thought this was the perfect time to refresh their room by just opening the windows and taking off all the sheets and blankets and washing them. I also drew them a little message on their whiteboard because they love to come home and see this. And I'm just pulling down all the pillows, taking off the pillowcases, airing everything out. And it can get kind of musty smelling in this room for some reason. I think it's just boys and shoes and all the different things. So it just takes a few minutes to refresh this room and getting it smelling nice and clean again. And I'm not focusing on tidying up this room today. I'm just focusing on airing it out and cleaning all the sheets and blankets. This is such a process because of the bunk beds, but it's totally worth it. And their room seems like a fresh, new, great smelling room when this is all completed. Now that the laundry is going, I can do some other chores while that is cleaning. We have been doing a lot of barbecuing outside since the weather has warmed up. It's been really nice out. So I'm just putting this stuff away that was left out after we hosed. And then we're gonna head back into the hall closet. This is what it looks like to begin with. I had everything kind of out of order from just throwing the blankets in there, and I wanted to get it organized a little bit better for our family so I know where everything is, and put the stuff that we're not using as often up at the top. It's really hard to film in this closet, but essentially what I'm doing is putting all of the guest sheets and these pillows that we use for if a guest comes over and the blow-up mattress all at the top out of the way. I had this extra basket. I have 2 of these, and I swear I've used these in so many different places in my house, but I think the best use for this would be to put our extra sheet set in here so it's easier to grab down without having to like dig through everything, but we'll see. This might be too big. We will find out soon. I love to store sheets and tablecloths in these plastic bags that a lot of comforters come in. And these are all of our tablecloths that we would use outside or if we had a party. So I'm gonna put this other one in there. Sorry, I am whispering in this video a lot. Levi is sleeping and I'm trying to get this done while he's napping. Actually, I haven't used this tablecloth in forever, so I'm gonna get rid of that one. Okay, there we have it. All the tablecloths fit into this one bag. I've just put our sheets in here. We have 2 sets. One's on the bed, one's in here. And this can get pushed all the way back. Here are the pillowcases, and then at the back are my boys' extra set of sheets. So each bed has 2 sets. And let me tell you, for us, that is what works, because you don't know how many times we've had accidents or things in the night, and yeah, you have to change the sheets. Up here I have all the stuff for if a guest comes over, including the tablecloths that we use for parties. Here we have the throw blankets and some extra little pillows. Down here I have the heaters that we're no longer using for winter, and then we have the blankets, extra blankets for winter in front. And then down here we have our extra blanket if a guest were to come or when it's freezing in the winter. And also the extra comforter that sometimes I switch out when it gets really hot to be a little bit cooler on our bed. When it comes to sheets, I usually change them every 3 weeks. Sometimes it could be 2 weeks, but I do a special load with just the sheets or blankets. I don't usually include clothes in those loads. I know I get that question sometimes since trying out the Minimal Mom laundry routine, which is essentially doing a load a day. I consider the sheets and blankets to be an extra load as well as the load a day. So that would be 2 loads in one day, but that's only every 2 to 3 weeks. So that's pretty simple and manageable. After heading into the kitchen to put those towels away, I decided to look in another cupboard, and lo and behold, I found another mug that we have not used in years. I don't know why we saved this, but it was up at the very top for some reason, and I just hadn't seen it before. So I am decluttering that mug that we do not use anymore. And finally, everything is now dry, so I can finish putting the boys' room back together. This is just an all-day activity if I want to get it all done in one day, washing their blankets and sheets, but it's definitely worth it because it makes their room smell so fresh and clean, and I like to do this every few weeks because it is such a chore with it being a bunk bed. Their room looks so much better now, and I think it inspires them to keep their room tidier than they normally would. Now I'm out in the garden, and we are currently redoing our whole entire yard, which I will have a video on soon. But we started our garden a few months ago, planting the seeds, and my mom and I have been so excited and happy to see everything starting to bloom and take off. We will have fresh vegetables soon, zucchini, and a lot of different things, but it just takes a little bit of effort, and it's so worth it for me. It's a hobby that I'm trying to take up and do more of in the coming years. So this is how we've done our yard so far. And thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, hit the subscribe button, and I will leave some videos on the screen for you to enjoy.